Morning, guys. John Tarks here with Midline, coming to you from our Underwood warehouse. As you can kind of see behind me, you can see our Kinsey planter there. We just traded up here a few weeks ago, and we're working to get that ready before we fully dive into harvest, which is shortly upon us. But I want to come to you this morning to talk about a couple topics as we're right in the heart of Kool-Aid season in the seed industry. I'm sure many of you have been to several field days. You've had many DSMs, dealers, people prospecting your place, and everybody's a winner right now. And that'll continue through harvest. You guys know the drill. You're going to get plot results in the mail. You're going to hear side-by-sides. Everybody's winning. But you and I both know that, it really comes down to what happens in Yield Monitor. All this Kool-Aid season talk doesn't do a whole lot for your banker. And we know that as well as anybody. I think a couple things I wanted to talk to you about today is A, why buy premium DeKalb products? And two, I want to talk to you about placement. It's been obviously a wetter year for us in places, flooding in places, and talk to you about kind of seed placement in some of those types of situations. Three products that we really like in these wet conditions. Maybe gumbo type soils, places where root strength needs to be a real strong point for you guys, or any place when you get a heavy rain, that pond's going to show up, something that's going to handle wet feed a little bit better. We've really got a pretty deep lineup in this area for 2020. And three products that I really want to point your direction to or point you towards as you're evaluating harvest results this year and looking at how things perform in wet conditions and making plans for 2020. Our first one, and kind of been our standard bearer for a number of years, will be old school 110-day 60-67 and the double pro version 60-69. From a root and stalk standpoint, that has really been our go-to for this type of situation for a number of years, and probably up until about this year when we came across 62-52 and 62-53, which might actually score just a little bit higher in both categories, and would probably now be our new go-to as far as a newer product that we're pumping out the door, and certainly a hybrid family for 2020 that fits a pile of acres, but certainly fits this situation very well, and we expect to be one of our top 3 sales hybrids for 2020. And then the last hybrid I'd really point you to would be 63-57. Really excited about this product still, and I've said this now for about 8-9 months. I expect for 2020 this to be our #1 sales product. And as we've walked the acres that we've got in the ground this year, as we walk some of these tighter, ponded, wet feet type of situation places, 63-57 really looks like a home run for us in those spots. We expect this to be a high demand hybrid, but it fits this scenario really well. And commonly when you run into this, you're thinking some of your more level, some of your better ground that maybe's got some higher spots that do have great yield potential, that you don't just want to pigeonhole a good root strength product on to handle that. 63-57 kind of fits the bill on both sides of the fence for you. Kind of circling back on Kool-Aid season like we originally mentioned, why buy premium DeKalb products? We don't hide from the fact that we're going to cost a little bit more than the majority of our competitors. Something I think that we really can't beat the war drum enough about this fall that's going to matter to you, and the timeliness of your harvest is dry down. So many of you watching this video know that we're a point to 2 points drier than the competition year over year, hybrid over hybrid, and probably unlike any time in the last 20 years, that's going to be ultra important this year. How much is that going to help you from a timeliness standpoint? How much is that check you wrote last winter, that decision you made to put the wind gear in your farm, going to pay off in some of these wet farm, wet green, high moisture type of situations this year? I think that's something to consider when you're buying premium DeKalb products. The other part that I always talk about that I think is kind of a standard bearer is we've had years with lots of moisture like we've seen this year. That typically levels the playing field. We're going to see competitors have a chance to kind of run with us more so than we would in a year, or maybe heat and drought stress tolerance or something that are more of a need. When we see situations in years like that, that's when you begin to see the really big, we kind of run the score up on folks, if you will. You start to see those 30, 40, 50 bushel gaps between us and the guy down the road. I think that's important to consider during the Kool-Aid season of the seed corn industry. The last thing I want to talk to you about as far as why buy premium DeKalb products is this. Who stands behind their product better than us? A year ago, it's no secret that 64-34 and 64-35, as well as a few other hybrids of ours, struggled with green snap. It's not any secret that the rest of the industry also had issues with this as well. And as I look at that individual hybrid, it's just such a huge factor to plan. It's just got a bigger sale, if you will, than most other products. I'm super proud to kind of share with you these numbers. Again, why to buy premium DeKalb products. Our territory, our district guy, Chris Sacco, his territory paid out roughly $1.1 million in claims a year ago on green snap. Through Midline and the work, probably about one full-time employee, it took about 2 months worth of flying drones over this stuff, getting the paperwork all filed. 750,000 of that 1.1 million come through Midline. That went in your pockets. A lot of you watching this video got some money back from us. As I talked to one of our absolute best customers that was really severely impacted by this last year, 100% customer. He goes, you know, John, between my crop insurance and between what you guys took care of for me on the product performance side, it really was like a full crop for me. I didn't get hurt. You guys really helped us and you stood behind your product. I can't tell you, as I've been out in the prospecting trail talking to people that had green snap corn from other competitors that didn't get taken care of, that got told, too bad, so sad, you should have crop insurance. I tell you guys, that's a big deal. When Brand X pulls on the farm, when they want you to do that 24 bags of business, they want you to do that side by side, ask them, what did you do last year when green snap happened to your products? How did you compensate it? Like I said, I've walked through so many people on how they should have got taken care of and what we could have done for them. And trust me, I think that news is kind of spread throughout the community. I think people understand and know, A, that DeKalb's going to take care of you, but B, Midline's going to take care of you. So with that, guys, hey, have a great day. Get ready, be safe, get ready for harvest. We're looking forward to it. And if you need anything as things get going, we'll certainly be here to help you. Talk to you soon.